I'm Pawan Jolly. I work here as a senior staff scientist. And over here, my work is mostly focused on developing sensors, integrating into other technologies, and also work as a technology lead for the Wyss Diagnostics Accelerator and try to address the unmet need there. And if I can reimagine the world, it would be really nice to actually have a world without diseases, for sure. I'm mama's boy. It's really funny, I always call her a monk. She's someone who likes to stay away from dramas and stuff. She's very giving. You know how mothers are, we connect to the level where if I'm suffering, she already knows. Growing up with my mom, I realized that she actually had asthma related to allergies. She always used to have some early sign, but it's very hard to say if you're under the weather, you're stressed. So by the time we get to know that, it's allergies, it's already too late, and she's having issues with breathing as she's an asthmatic patient. That experience was quite traumatic as a kid around her because I didn't know what to do. I always used to wonder, why can't there be something like, a device that, you just basically scan yourself and suddenly it detects everything. Of course, it's very futuristic to think about something like Star Trek, I was interested in science, but when I was growing up, there were only two options. Either you become an engineer or a doctor. And I actually didn't want to be either of those. I actually wanted to be more in the, in between. And I always liked applied science, where there was not much in India, and I knew that I would actually probably have to leave India to learn more. So it was actually during my graduation where I actually felt that I'm actually more interested at the interface of biology and technology. And that's why I chose biomedical engineering as my master's and started working on the technology aspect. While I was doing my PhD, basically what I realized that there was a huge gap between academia and industries. The last thing I wanted to do was, just write papers. For me, I really wanted to see where this technology actually goes. I need a more dynamic environment. But the Wyss was really amazing mix of between academia and industries, where if you have the motivation to push the technology all the way to commercialization, there's a whole team of business development, the IP department, and you have all these mentors who can really help you amplify the impact. And all these people who have so much experience really helps. So the Wyss was really a perfect place for me to actually see how much we can actually push the technology, which resulted into now licensing and spin-off. If you actually think about allergies, we still feel like we're in that dinosaur era where when you go to an allergist, all they will do, either that pin diagnostics, or it's very subjective, If they have to challenge you, they will keep on making you eat something which you're allergic to and literally wait for your reaction. And for me, it was really surprising because with so much of technology advancement, this specific era has not been touched. The first ever project that I was on when I joined the Wyss was Project Abbey, which was very close and near and dear to me. It was related to detection of early onset of allergies, mostly anaphylaxis. That was one project which could definitely help, where we actually developed this really rapid diagnostic platform that can enable, patients monitor their allergies from day to day, just like exactly what you do with glucose sensing for diabetes. So it's actually right now based on blood, but the platform has been developed to be used for other fluids as well. So you can use saliva. It depends on the biomarker or the thing that you would like to detect, basically. I think it has immense potential. What we have learned from COVID is definitely there is an appetite for personalized healthcare, where they can actually do the test by themselves rather than going to the doctors. The technology that we have developed, which we call eRapid technology, enables that. Because my mom's like, oh, you were working on allergies, when is the product coming out, and I keep telling them that it takes time for a medical device to come into the market. We did like a lot of outreach activities during Project Abby, where we were, went to the events. A lot of actually parents came to us and they were like, really excited, and we have been approached by so many different organizations where they really want to see product like this, because it's a traumatizing experience to actually stab an EpiPen on your child. For them to actually know what's happening, I mean, it really gives you that push that, yes, I'm doing something which may enable, a better future. Join us as we reimagine the world.